Pacific Palisades, California. You can see behind me is a beautiful custom aquarium that we just finished installing. This project was really unique to us. Essentially what we did is we took a 75-year-old eucalyptus tree from Brazil and put the aquarium inside the stump itself. The final product is beautiful, and we're going to walk you through the installation today and show you some pointers that you guys can use on your own tanks. This project was brought to us by Natasha Quinn Page, an interior designer here in Los Angeles. The idea was to take this 75-year-old eucalyptus tree trunk and create a very unique and organic stand for an amazing custom saltwater aquarium. Once the wood was cut to size, we hollowed out the middle to add additional reinforcement with the use of a steel stand. Using a template, we fabricated our aquarium to fit perfectly on the tree stump, creating a one-of-a-kind setup for this Palisades home. One of the more common questions we get from our videos is in regards to the decorative coral we use inside our saltwater aquariums. People want to know where we get it from, how much it costs, and how it's obtained in the ocean. All of our decorative coral pieces are purchased here in Los Angeles from a company called Tideline USA. They're one of the largest coral distributors in the world, and unfortunately they're not open to the general public, but all of their products are in thousands of retailers all across the country. These coral pieces vary greatly in price. Some of the more common seashells can be anywhere from $2 to $10. Barnacles, Blue Ridge, fire coral, and table coral can be anywhere from $50 to $70. Some of the more elaborate staghorn pieces, depending on their height, can be upwards of $100. And then some of the real unique and rarer pieces, such as this purple California hydrocoral, these are actually protected here in California, so anything that's purchased is very old. It was purchased years ago and it's just a leftover surplus. But a coral like this can be close to $1,000 per piece. We're using it in this aquarium because it's such a unique design and we really want to make it one of a kind. Anything like this, like a general sea fan, something like this is about $25. But a coral set, depending on the volume of your aquarium, can be several $100s or several $1,000s. What we like to do is usually have an additional half set or even additional full set, depending on how much sunlight reaches the aquarium, so that when the coral gets dirty we can swap it out and make sure the aquarium looks pristine at all times.
You can hear how loud that drain noise is. So one of the tricks of the trade is to use a Durso standpipe. I'm going to show you guys what parts are needed so you can use it at home for your own home tanks. Now we're using an 1.5-inch drain bulkhead. So you want to start off with a section of 1.5-inch PVC, the entire length of the pre-filter minus about 6 to 7 inches to allow for this secondary piece, which is a T. And then you're going to use a 90 here, either a spigot or attached with PVC. And then the trick is to actually use this cap, and this cap is what you use to tune the sound. So you're going to see how quiet it's going to get shortly after I put the pipe in. So now the pipe's in, and you're going to start to hear it gradually quiet down. And then the final step is to actually drill a hole big enough where it's got a real smooth drain down the pipe. And if you drill it too large, you're going to allow too much water to get down there, and then you're back to square one where you have too much noise. So the trick of the trade is to start off with a small hole and gradually increase it as necessary. This is the final step. Quieter than a library. people that have seen our other videos are very familiar with the equipment we use, so I just wanted to highlight some of the different things we're doing for this system. We've used the Aqua ultraviolet sterilizer, the top Fathom protein skimmer, the Aqualogic chiller, and then the Iwaki pump. The things that are different, and through the years we've always gotten the question, well, when will a manufacturer actually create a suction cup that doesn't wear? And they haven't really designed one yet. So we bought a heater that will never wear out as far as suction cups, because they use magnets, and we're using that right in here in this sump. You can move it around, but as you can see 5 years from now, that's going to be in the same place. The other unique feature about this tank that maybe a lot of you won't really see right off the bat, but you have to take into account that the sump is actually higher than the bulkhead drains of the tank. And you're probably wondering, well, how does the tank drain then? Well, the reality is water will always go from high to low. It's always trying to reach an equilibrium. So this tank will drain as long as the usable water height in the tank is higher than the sump water. And you'll see that here, that the sump is actually on the second level and the chiller's on the first level. The first question is, why do it that way? Well, on the bottom level, we have a solid cement slab, and that's to decrease the resonance that this unit will produce. It deadens the sound. Plus also, it's a lot stronger than the shelf. This chiller is a heavy unit, about 50 pounds plus, and through the years you won't get any sagging. Right here, the sump is on the second level, and I go back to my original point of how does it drain. Well, right about this level is where the bulkhead drains of the tank are, but the tank is actually draining about right here, above this hut. So as long as that level, that water level at the tank is higher than where it drains, it will drain. You can see it's got a nice turnover from the tank that goes onto the bonded filter pad. Water is going to flow obviously into the sump from the tank, and then from here the Iwaki drains it from the top level right here down to the bottom level, and then off the pump we have a loop that feeds the UV sterilizer first on the second level, and then back down to the chiller, and then the return from the chiller goes right to the sump. So what we can do is minimize the flow here to create perfect flow, or a turnover rate through the chiller and UV, and then maximize the flow rate back into the tank. This main pipe here, this 1-inch return, goes straight to the bottom of that tank, and then through the top lock line returns. Very simple and efficient. We're blessed with the luxury of having the ability to plumb the life support system remotely, and also the luxury of having a lot of area to work with. So in the event that any of this equipment needed some type of work done, maybe a part change or something like that, everything's easily accessible, which is what you always want.
To see more of our custom installed aquariums, visit us on our website at infinityaquariums.com. As always, thanks for watching.